and there is nothing bigger by far than the unicorn, Travis Hunter, who our own Pete Prisco got a chance to catch up with this week. Guys, before we see hear at least what Travis Hunter said to our own Pete Prisco, how are you approaching the rookie wide receiver / defensive back for the Jaguars, who for me is very difficult to rank because I don't know how much we're going to see him play defense. I don't know how much we're going to see him play offense. Heath, what are you doing with Travis Hunter right now?
This is the prototypical upside wide receiver 3. I'm ranking him right around wide receiver 30. Some days I get more optimistic. I move him a little bit up. Some days I get a little bit more worried about that defense, maybe move him a little bit down. But Travis Hunter has the skill set and the ability, as arguably the best player in college football last year, to come in and just take the NFL by storm and be a top 12 wide receiver. There's just risk that keeps us from ranking him that high.
Dave?
I agree with Heath. I think he's a top 30 receiver. I would expect him to play much more wide receiver than defensive back. I think he's going to be a great short and intermediate target for Jacksonville. They need somebody like that after all the changes they had last year. And I think there's going to be games, and more than like 2 or 3 games, maybe even half the games they play this year, where he leads this team in targets. I am very excited about him. Late round 5 is when the radar goes up.
All right, Dave, you said you expect to see him play much more on offense than defense. He did not say that. He said he wants to play every snap of every game. Here's what he told our guy, Pete Prisco.
How many plays do you think you can play? You think you can play them all?
Yeah, I definitely think I could play them all. If I didn't think I could play them all, I wouldn't be trying to do it.
But what makes you able to do that? Nobody's ever done that. What makes you capable of doing that? Just
my mental. You got to have the right mindset going into it. You got to have the right knowledge. You got to understand what you're doing when you're going out there. You got to understand how to take care of your body too.
What's tougher for you, playing cornerback or playing wide receiver?
Neither. Just got to go out there and execute.
If I'm covering you and I'm a DB, what is my biggest worry when I have to cover you?
The ball in the air.
Because you don't drop anything.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
And then on the other side, if I'm against you matched up, what's my biggest worry?
The ball in the air. I'm going to get it.
So here's what makes me nervous about Hunter playing a lot on defense is that A, he's going to get tired. B, what if he's better on defense than he is on offense and they just start to shift a little bit more of his playing time in that direction? So I think what you said, round 5, early round 6 is probably the sweet spot for him. We'll see where he ends up getting drafted. I think right now his ADP is at number 60 overall. For me, though, this makes it I'm more interested in Brian Thomas. Not that I was avoiding Thomas by any stretch, but I put him into round 1. His ADP right now is as the number 15 overall player for Thomas, wide receiver 8. I'm taking him at the back end of round 1. He's my number 6 wide receiver right now. I would take him ahead of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would take him ahead of actually Puka Nacua because I'm a little bit concerned about Matthew Stafford with the back injury. Do you guys get any more excited about Brian Thomas, though, because of this, Dave?
No, the opposite. I get a little bit more nervous about Brian Thomas because I think Travis Hunter, who is really impressing on both sides of the ball, according to every training camp report that I've read out of Jacksonville, could end up doing what he says he's going to do. And he sounded like a diva receiver. He had that type of swagger when he was talking to Pete just then. It just makes me more encouraged that he'll play a lot of offense and he'll do great with it. And if he's getting a lot of targets, what does that mean for Brian Thomas Jr.? Still a top 10 fantasy wide receiver for me, but I think I would rather have Nacua and St. Brown.
Yeah, I think for Thomas, it feels like that wide receiver 6 to 8 range might be where he is no matter what Travis Hunter is. I don't think that he's going to jump into the top 3. So I do kind of agree with Dave. I've got more fear because I don't want to put a percentage on it, but there is a much bigger than 0 chance that Travis Hunter is just the best wide receiver on Jacksonville in the second half of the season.